Kathy Helbig. We love her for all sorts of reasons. I've been a proud spokesman for the Kathy Helbig Group for 4 or 5 years now at least. KathyHelbigGroup.com. Good morning, Kathy Helbig.
Good morning.
You are telling us here off the air that you have some very important information to pass along in terms of real estate, and you've given us all sorts of great information, but today seems like it's is very important information. Everyone should listen. What do you got for us?
It is for the consumer. I'm going to raise the curtain on what's called the Guaranteed Home Sale Program.
And this is somewhat controversial coming on the radio and being this honest. So
there's going to be some agents not real happy with me talking about the nuts and bolts of this, but I think the consumers need to be aware that the Guaranteed Home Sale Program is really nothing but a lead generation program for real estate agents.
Okay,
it makes
so
the phone ring. They use national endorsers sometimes. They use radio endorsements to basically say, hey, if we don't sell your house, we'll buy it. Or, hey, if we don't sell your house in so many days, we'll pay you X amount of money. There's all different kinds of programs out there.
Right.
But the bottom line is there's a hook to it. So most people will call because they're interested in hearing about that, especially if you have a home that you're trying to buy and you're trying to sell a home at the same time. You start thinking that might be my out right there.
Right.
But what you don't know is there's all different variations to it. It is called the Guaranteed Home Sale Program, and you have different criteria that you would have to qualify for, and the majority of people don't qualify for it. So once they're in the door, you sit down and find out that there's certain stipulations, such as you have to buy. There's different ones. So I'm going to go across the board. You have to buy a more expensive home from us than you're selling. And oh, by the way, it might be in the fine print that it's got to be one of my listings as well. So that might
really,
yeah. So that brings your your choices are very limited in that case. Another situation is the agent figures out the market value in the agent's opinion. You have to agree to list your house for a percentage under the market value.
Of course.
You have to agree up front to automatic price reductions. You have to agree to either based on the amount of activity you've gotten or how many days you've been on the market. So it's automatic. You've got to drop every so often. At that point, you also might have to do a pre-inspection and agree to fix everything that's on the pre-inspection. You may have to agree to do anything that the agent feels the house needs to have done for marketability, such as paint the whole thing, completely stage the whole thing. You might need new countertops. You might need new flooring. You have to agree to do all of that before you go on the market. And then once you do go on the market, if you take advantage of this program where you want to cash out, then there is another stipulation that it's really at a percentage even less. So let's say it's 90% of the market value that the agent would then be negotiating from. At that point, there would still be, on some programs, then there's an additional program fee, and that's another 5 to 10% of market value. And then in addition to that, you're still paying your commission, which on some programs is based on the original sale price.
All because you wanted the guarantees for them to buy your home.
Correct. So it's really kind of a bait and switch, and I'm really kind of surprised that this industry still is allowing it to happen. But it's huge, and I have friends that do it. I have people across the United States that do it that I talk to, and admittedly, most of them said they've never bought a home. And if you do, you got to think about who your agent is that's offering that program anyway, because you got to have the wherewithal to do it. You have to have a line of credit. So if you got a $600,000 house and you got an agent that averages $100,000 a year on his income, he's not going to be able to buy your $600,000 house.
Right. So it's really just a too good to be true. Call me and I'll.
It can happen, but you have to. You have to do all the criteria.
So you might end up saying no to this guarantee, but then use that person as an agent anyway.
That's exactly what happens. So once you get in the door, because you have to agree to all this up front.
Right.
Once you get in the door, then you go, oh, I see, I don't really qualify for that, but now you're here. So then they go ahead and sign up with these agents.
Right.
And we don't use those tactics. We don't use gimmicks to get people to call us. We use our sales history. We use the fact that we're one of the best marketers in town. We don't want to use bait and switch to get people in. If I could buy people's houses at 70% of the value too, I'd probably buy them all day long as well.
Right.
Then again, I probably wouldn't because I have an integrity problem with that. And I think it's a huge conflict of interest. So just want to put it out there that if that's what you're hearing on advertisements, don't fall for it. It's
I'm
probably not
surprised
going to
that
work
the
for
industry
you.
is allowing that.
I am
still.
too.
What about, so these are the, what you call them, guaranteed home?
Guaranteed home sale.
Is this the same as the signs you see, I'll buy your house anywhere, any place?
we
Or-
buy
So there's
houses,
no,
whatever.
so those are ugly houses, but of course people are going to buy those. Like we buy ugly houses or that type of thing. People buy those under value as well. But there's people in situations that they just need to get out from their house, and they'll do
Right.
that. My issue is more kind of putting something out there that looks like one thing and it ends up being
Right.
another. Those people are, they're wide open. Hey, we're going to buy your house for cheap.
Right.
You know.
We're going to fix it up. You just
Right.
walk away. We'll give you
Right.
X amount of dollars, walk away from your house.
Right.
That's a cut and dry. This is, we'll guarantee your house, but come in, tell them a whole bunch of deals.
Right. And
It's
when
either
we're
a terrible
supposed to
deal
be-
or sign up with us.
Yeah, we're supposed to be selling your house for top value, but if we're in the background going, hey, I might be able to pick it up at 70%, isn't that not a rub there?
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
why we love to be the spokesman for Kathy Helbig, because she is right there up front and honest. KathyHelbigGroup.com, 314-276-SOLD. Anything else we need to know?
That's it for today.
That's it for that.
Lots more coming.
That's enough for today.
Yes.
KathyHelbigGroup.com. You're buying or selling. You want her full team to help you out. 314-276-SOLD. KathyHelbigGroup.com.
Thank you.